Welcome to Book Bites with Rebecca and Rebecca.
Whetting your appetite for your next read.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this month's episode of Book Bites, where we're whetting your appetite for your next read. My name is Rebecca Yager, coming to you from north of Dallas, Texas. My partner in books is the lovely Rebecca Reed. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Doing okay. As you know, we are loving Book Bites because it's our favorite thing to do. We get to talk with authors, and we have an old friend visiting with us again. Welcome to the lovely and talented Creston Mapes. Creston, thanks for joining us.
So glad to. Thank you for having me. This is always fun.
Well, we're glad to have you back. Today, we're going to talk about, you have a new book that was just released called Sapphire Island, and it's another suspense thriller, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
This one's a standalone. I've been going back and forth from my series to standalone to series to standalone. So, yeah, new standalone thriller.
Well, I guess if someone hasn't read you yet, which, that's crazy. Why haven't they read any of your books yet? But if they haven't read you yet, then the standalone might be a good way to get a taste of what you're about.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And there's plenty who haven't read me yet. So, yeah. Yeah, I have this will be my fourth standalone thriller. So, yeah, I like them all, and I think that'd be a good place to start.
No.
Well, awesome. So this one's set in Florida on an island off the Florida coast, right?
Correct.
I was just reading the back cover just a little bit to get a feel for it so we knew a little bit about what we were talking about. But so this you mentioned this is a standalone. So when you're writing these characters and putting this book together, was there a particular scene that you wrote it and you're like, oh my goodness, this is my favorite scene that I've written in this book? And if you can talk about it, great. If it's a spoiler, then just give us a hint maybe of something that the reader could identify it with that doesn't give it away.
Okay, I'm a seat of the pants writer, so I don't plot, so it always
Right.
surprises me what goes on. But the ending for me was special. I didn't know how it was going to end, really, right up to the end. I wasn't sure. I was very happy with that. I won't give any spoilers on that. There was also a very intense scene about maybe three-quarters of the way through. Uh, which I always, as a reader, I love tension, a lot of tension. And so that was just a scene in someone's house where someone was trying to get information out of someone and someone's about to get home. And it was pretty tense. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun. We'll be looking for those when we read our copies of Sapphire Island. I love the name. Where was the title part of like, did it come from the story or did you have the title before you wrote the story?
Yeah, I did start with a title this time. Usually I write the manuscript and while I'm writing, I'll think, oh, that might be a good title and save like seven or 10 of them. But on this one, I did start out with a name because I was thinking of a certain place and it ended in island. So I thought, well, okay, you got to think of a first word. And I don't know where Sapphire came from, but I'm happy with it. I like it too.
It's a cool name. I like that. With the characters in their book, was there anything they did that surprised you? Again, as a seat of a pants writer, sometimes you must go down trails and the characters are taking you one way than maybe you didn't expect when you sat down to write that day.
Yeah, it's always amazing. In fact, one character emerged in this book who, let's see, how can I say it? He was pretty much the assistant to a pretty bad character. He was his assistant, and what happens to his life through the book and at the end totally surprised me, and I was thrilled with it. So you never know what's going to happen. Um, I just get the characters rolling and okay, stay true to their personality. What would they do here? And yeah, so
Cool. So is there something that you'd like the reader to take away from this particular book?
um let's see. And again, without giving spoilers,
I know that's
um
the hard part.
really the theme of the book I can say is it's just a lot of it's about God's will. And I think it's something that I've been studying and thinking about lately for whatever reason. Just about how his will, whether it seems good or bad, it's his plan, and we just have to go with it. And so that comes up as kind of a theme in the book. There's one character who's a pastor, and he lost his wife and son in a fire 10 years earlier, and it was arson, but they never found the person. So a lot of it's from his point of view, one of the points of view in the book. So yeah, and then he meets an artist in town who is recently divorced because her husband cheated. So they meet and with a common goal in mind of something that I can't say, but yeah, it always amazes me. And I tell my wife right up to the last minute, I honestly, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, we've been told that sometimes that's the best way to actually, keep that tension, keep that the reader in suspense because if the writer doesn't know, then there's no way for you to like give it away. You're just writing it
Right.
organically and the end just appears and that's how it's going to be when the reader reads it as well, is what I've been told.
Yeah.
So,
That's right. And the cool thing is that I do write kind of slowly and so pretty meticulously. So like when I end for the day of writing, I know that okay, everything that's on the page so far is legit. It's everything's in place and I kind of move forward like that, like a wall, like okay, nothing behind me has to change. It could, and it does sometimes, but so that's why when I get up to the end, okay, it's going to work out. It's going to work out one way or another. You just don't want to do anything stupid and make it unrealistic and like how something so I
something,
do try to
yeah.
make it realistic and worked out so far. This is my 16th book and that's the way I've done it at every one.
As I said, with your books and having read some of your books, you weave a lot together.
Hmm.
It's it's never really straightforward, and so I can see when you talk about being meticulous, I can see that in your writing in a good way because you're weaving so much together. These red herrings and the tangle of the plot and even the tangle of the resolution as you unravel it as you go along.
Yeah,
So I think. I appreciate that about your writing is that
Hmm.
meticulousness and the way you pay
thank you.
attention.
Yeah, I mean, but it's simple. I mean, I don't claim to be. I mean, my books are pretty simple, even though they do the chapters. I usually do point of view. I think in this one we end up with maybe 5 points of view, um,
Hmm.
and I kind of I pace it. That helps me with pacing actually to see okay you
Hmm.
need a chapter from Nick's point of view here. And sometimes, once in a while, if he's due up for a point of view and it's not right, I'll go to someone else. I don't feel like I have to stick with that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I recently wrote a book with 4 points of view, and I would agree. I feel like it did help me pace the book better because I was like, okay, I need to put this person in. And I didn't do like every other one or I didn't rotate in a specific order, but just thinking about like, okay, well, this person, I haven't heard from them in a while, and something's going on right now with them. So I need to
Exactly.
like get them in here. And I think you're right. I'd
Yeah.
never tried it before. That was my first time. It was really kind of a fun
No, you're
experience.
exactly right. Because you realize that, hey, uh-oh, I can't go ahead with this part that I want to write right now because something else has to happen first because you're going chronological.
Right.
I do. The other thing, what was I just going to say? Yeah, my earlier books, I did not put the name of the character's point of view because I had read where, give the reader some credit, they're going to pick right up and know what point of view it is. But there's some of my past books I probably should have had the name of the character. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
In fact, I could
Yeah.
go add those now, but I really do think it makes for a smoother read.
Mhm.
I debated too when I had the four, and I actually put it in too. I think it makes it, and I still had some people say that they were confused, and I'm like,
That's not good.
okay,
Yeah.
Not good. But
that's
I
okay,
think
it's okay,
when we
so
when we
it's
talk about giving the reader credit, I think the reader can pick up on clues and hints and the plot of the story, but making something easy like the chapter titles with the names of the POV characters, not crediting
Right.
them. It gives
You're
them an
right.
easier
no,
read. Let them focus back on the plot and let them
yeah.
focus on the characters and on the
I
story.
agree.
And
Yeah,
so,
I think I'm going to do that more from now on.
yeah.
It's funny, I'm
Well, you
reading.
never.
No, go
Sorry.
ahead.
You never know how long it's been that they've had to put the book down because of life getting in the way either.
True.
And it's not always just that they can't remember, it's that man, their kid had an emergency and they had to do something and they,
Wow.
whatever the case. And
I never
so,
even thought of
I think
that.
it's just making it easier for them to pick the book back up and be like right with the plot and everything
That's a
too.
great, that's a great point. I never even thought of that. It might be weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, I guess this should have been our first question out of the gate, but if you had a one or two sentence summary of what this book is about, let's sell it to the people. What's your quick log line about the book?
There's a wealthy business mogul who lives on Sapphire Island in a mansion called 83 Manor. And he loves money. He loves wealth. He loves everything about it. And he's not ashamed to say so. And he doesn't care what people think of him because of it. And he's in close relations with the local law enforcement. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
So that's one thing that's going. And then I mentioned the pastor in town has had this background with his wife having passed and son. So he's kind of starting over there. He knows of the wealthy man. In fact, he talks to him about maybe raising some money for a soup kitchen and so forth. So then, well, with the lady artist Rhonda, who's recently divorced, her husband comes to town, and he wants Rhonda to introduce him to the wealthy businessman who she knows because she did a painting for him. And she wants to know first of all, why do you want to have lunch with me? You cheated on me. And why do you want me to introduce you to this guy? So that's a whole thing that develops, and someone goes missing, and it's a race to the finish. I'm really
Okay.
happy.
And the
it's
story and the suspense ensues. So,
That's right.
yes, it
And I
it
think
sounded
this
really
time,
good.
thank you. This time too, we have vacationed a lot in a similar place. And so I've been taking notes for years on just little notes, like my senses at the beach and in town. And so a lot of that comes out in the story. Not too much detail. You guys know how I write, very brief details, but I think you get a good sense for the place. And oh, by the way, there's a storm rolling in too to top it
Of,
all
of course.
of
You
course.
have to have that, right? I think especially I feel like Florida, you get that's the weather. I mean, it really does play a huge part in people's lives. And so it's kind of essential to be in tune with that piece
You're
of
right.
it when you're in that setting, because if you didn't, it wouldn't be realistic. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. I think I did that a little more in this book than most, just because,
Okay.
the title after all, and it's an
Yeah.
island. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're excited, and hopefully our listeners will be too. And you need to go out and pick up this book because it is out now. And if you haven't read any of Creston's other books, we highly recommend those as well. So, Creston, tell us, let the readers know, listeners. I'm stuck on readers. Let the listeners and the watchers know where they can find you and connect with you and your books.
Okay, yeah, I think the best way is go to my website, crestonmapes.com. It's Creston Mapes, Mapes.com. We're redoing the website, and I think that's a good place to find out about me and my books and this
Right.
one.
And
Yeah.
and you have a
Awesome.
newsletter you send out regularly because
Yeah,
I
so
get
you can
it.
sign up there. Yeah.
So-
We give a lot of free books and discounts, meet other authors. In fact, we should feature you guys sometime on there.
Huh?
If you
Well,
Well,
want
that
to
would
do
be
it,
lovely. We
reach
would
out,
love that.
send me an email. We can do it.
all right. Well,
Okay.
we'll talk off camera about about that. But meanwhile, Sapphire Island is out now. Go to CrestonMapes.com. Sign up for his newsletters. Don't miss a trick on any of his books. So read the past 15 books. And I know there's more coming. I'm sure you're working on something, Creston. Are you
I
working?
just started book 8 in the Signs of Life series, so that'll be continuing.
Very
Yeah.
good. Well,
All
that's
Thank
right.
you
another
for
reason to
having
go
me.
check out the backlist, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun being with you too.
Well,
Well,
we
thank you so much.
really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. Good time. All
Mhm.
right. Rebecca, next book bite.
We
Megan.
have our next book bite is Megan Shawless with Rebuilder. And I think this is if I am correct, this is the third book in this series, and this is a dystopian
Hmm.
beach romance based on the story of Nehemiah,
Nehemiah.
which sounds
Wow.
fascinating. And I think her first book, I don't know if it's the first one or the second one, but it's up for a Realm Award this year, I
Oh,
believe.
wonderful. Well,
So we'll have
that's
to
Awesome.
talk
good.
to her about that.
All right.
We're looking forward to that very much.
So
And that'll be,
maybe
yes, that'll round out our June book bites.
it will. We'll talk to Megan in 2 weeks. Again, meanwhile, pick up Sapphire Island by Creston Mapes. Creston, thank you once again for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing everyone next time. So please stay tuned. Go to RebeccaandRebecca.com for our complete book bite schedule and for our regular podcast schedule as well. So thanks again, and we'll see y'all soon.
Okay. Bye bye.